In every hobby, there are defining moments that help shape the future and change the narrative on what collectibles are, who they appeal to, and who will end up purchasing them. Even before its official release, Final Fantasy is the best-selling Magic set ever to be produced. And it should go without saying that obtaining it was very difficult. With such an infamous now release, we had to get pretty creative. Let's crack into an unofficial, official collector booster box. Boom. Here it is. Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering. I kind of at a loss at what this feels like to finally have in hand. Today, I had to get really creative on how to do this. So these first boosters, just there's no right or wrong way to do this, I guess, right? Like you can just tear into these packs, but maybe I'm making it a bigger deal in my mind than what it really is. But for me, this is giant. Final Fantasy is something that has been a part of my life, and so not only something I'm nostalgic for, but it's something that I guess anything that someone has like a real nostalgia or passion tied to can relate to this. It doesn't just have to be this game. And maybe you had this type of feeling when they did Lord of the Rings, or when Magic did the crossover with Warhammer. But this one for me is by far the most excitement I've ever had for a Magic set. And it's not anything to do with the price. I mean, I know it's easy to say when you're looking at $80 a single booster pack that the price isn't going to be exciting, but seeing my favorite characters on a card officially, and Magic being one of my all-time passions and loves on this planet, wow. Shadowbringers and the Through the Ages artwork. I'll explain some of this, but here comes our hit. Looking for a Surge Foil Chocobo.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. First pack, Surge Foil Tifa. Oh my gosh. Okay. And the story on these loose packs, I'll just tell everything that's going on. We've got our bird token, which is the Chocobo, and the hero. I'm an unapologetic Final Fantasy VII stan. It's a big deal to get Tifa. My number one chase card in this set is the 7 emblemed Sephiroth in the back, Surge Foil. That is 1000% my chase. Cloud's sick, Cloud's cool. Tifa's an awesome mainline character, but we got to get that Sephiroth. Opening these packs are risky. So these loose packs that I have here are from a couple LGSs, and the Omega boosters that you're seeing back there are from retail stores. I've got to give credit to GameStop and Best Buy. They had a limit of 1 per customer per store. So I traveled all around my town. Like this was a to-do for me. I knew what I had to do. There were no retail stores that I was able to find one, like a superstore, like a Walmart or a Meijer. If you're from the Midwest, you'll know what that is. I don't know if like at Publix or the other chains that are national, if they sell these types of things. We have a meld card. There's one of our numeral cards, but here's one of our meld cards. Now wow, Surge Foil. These Surge Foils, that's what you want to chase. Surge Foil characters are a really big deal. I'll have to set that off to the side, but got our island there from Final Fantasy X, another huge one. That's one of my best friend's favorite Final Fantasy, and that's what the awesome thing is with 16 mainline games, and then there being the spin-off games like Tactics and Chronicles, things like that. There's just so many ways that you can find fandom and be engaged with this. So what we can talk about prices, we could talk about those types of things, but I really hope that through this, if you're able to get your hands on play boxes, that's at Through the Ages, taking the artwork directly from the games, I believe this will be our hit. Okay, so we're just rocking the holo there. So rocking a holo on the Adventureland. So a little less spicy there, but I got to give credit to Best Buy and GameStop. You know, if the people who really wanted these, who were making trips to multiple stores throughout the day, I mean, that was me. The prices are absurd. You know, it's major, and I say absurd not in that it's not fair, because there is a true demand for this. This is huge. We can make an argument that they should have printed more collector product. They're trying to take a position to make collector's items more collectible. I don't know what the right argument is right there. And I guess I've done my best to not let that cloud, no pun intended, right? Not let that cloud my mind of like just being excited about this. Pre-release was so fun. We got the Chocomog right there. Cool summon. We got, okay, so we have an alternate art. There's 4 arts for this cloud. Famously in the scene, you're at the Golden Saucer. You've got Tifa, Aerith, Barrett, Yuffie. You can go on like this Ferris wheel date with. So there's alternate arts. I believe Tifa comes in the starter deck, but that's a chase for some people to be able to get those. But yeah, the Earth crystals. So these crystals are surprising to me, but they have some great commander implications and things that you can do, some shenanigans. They're seeing some really crazy price action, and yeah, I can't lie, there's gonna be a lot of price conversation probably in this video. Sphere Grid, got that from Final Fantasy X. Rolling up close to our hit here. Wow, another crystal, the Wind Crystal. Packed, I mean, these are going to be packed with certain levels of value, but can you actually get your money back? Memories of Nibelheim, Tifa there, Final Fantasy VII, super iconic scene. All right, like, I'm just gonna be excited about this. Sin, Spira's Punishment, and the full art foil. I mean, it's just, if you know, you know. Like, if this is your thing, it's your thing, and if it's not, it's okay. As we're going through this video, maybe you're just interested to see if I get absolutely wrecked. I'm going to talk a little bit about maybe how you can relate this fandom and be excited about it. And normally I do a cut between packs, but for some reason, I'm just on a roll of talking. Spider-Man and the Marvel sets coming up, maybe a set that you start to feel that way about. It's just, everyone's got their own different flavor. I'm on record many times saying in these videos that not every set has to be for everyone. And if you're someone who's not a Final Fantasy fan, I hope that you can at least celebrate and be happy for the people who do love Final Fantasy, that they're able to connect and have a product that really gets them excited, and it can make people feel emotional, you know, that they can't get it. Obviously right here at release, prices are doing some nuts things. People thought at release, so at the time of filming, this is before Magic Con, okay? We got a borderless foil there. This is before Magic Con Vegas, where it is the pairing, where they're doing Dragonstorm and Final Fantasy. And so prices are still really crazy. This card's nuts and limited. There's a lot of crazy cards in limited. I did some pre-releases. I'll talk about what my play experience was like in that. But the reason I'm bringing, is that what I think it is? Oh my, of course it is what I think it is, because it's there on the back. It's a Bahamut. Oh no, it's not. It's the dominant for Bahamut. Okay, I got a little excited. I was like, there's a flip side to Bahamut, right? Yeah. We've got Van through the ages. But the fact that people can connect to a product that makes them feel an emotion, get excited. We got the triple triad, Final Fantasy VIII, and Treasure with the Hero. So a total of 12 packs that we're going to be doing. I have 8 Omega boosters here. I did have to purchase those other ones loose. So here's your outside box art on your Omega booster. The back, if you want to read it, if you want to get into the details of it. If you break the seal open, Kefka, that's a transformation. It's a spoiler. So if you don't know what happens there, that's a spoiler. You slide it out, you have your collector booster bit there with the Planeswalker symbol. I'll prep the other packs so that we don't have to go through this each time. Truthfully, this is a crazy way to do it. Omega boosters carry a premium because they are a layer of security to not having packs be searched. So we'll keep the token on the bottom. So normally if you're going through a booster pack, or it's loose, you don't know if it's come from a box where a hit's already happened. Let's say someone pulled a Neon Chocobo, or maybe they pulled a Surge foil of a mainstay character like a Cloud or a Kefka or Sephiroth, something like that. The likelihood that you're going to get another Surge foil of that character in the box is going to be low. So people may then try and flip the rest of the loose packs to say that they're going to, you know, get their value. We're still finding the value of what these cards are too. But for me, you know, I contemplated, I was like, should I just keep these sealed? Like, I'm not gonna make my money on these, maybe, you know, well, getting these ones from retail. So I paid about $40 to $50 for these Omega boosters. Okay, so we did get a mythic flip coming up here. It's got our Ifrit dominant there. Clive's rocking with his sword. It reminds me of like, I don't know why this guy reminds me of the dude from, it's the game where you like, oh, Hey, all right. So we got our Wall of Omens reskin on the Imperial CD. That's neat. Again, taken from the game. And this is the white wizard is gonna say. The flip card in the showcase. Very cool. I'm not familiar with this game. I did not play through this one. And for our token, the Robot Warrior, and the hero on the other side. No going back now. We de-sleeved them from their Omega boxes, so we showed you that last one. And going back to the idea of like, should I just keep these sealed? You know, I thought about it. I gave it a couple days to where I was sitting on these Omega boosters. I wanted to give some thought to be like, okay, is it that I want to play the lotto and get all the dopamine hits from seeing characters that I recognize and feel attachment to? But the more I thought about that, I was like, that's a good enough reason to open it, right? Like, the whole reason there's a secondary market value for it, and the reason people will pay $80 or $820. Hey, we've got our little chocobo there. The white heart. This is the flash one. Very fun card. That's the whole reason there's a secondary market. There's a demand for it, and I am that person who has the demand. I was fortunate. Squall earlier. I said Leon. Squall. Don't flame me in the comments. I said it. I was like, it's not Leon. I was maybe like thinking of Leon Kennedy. That's Resident Evil. Anyway, my brain's in 1,000 places because of the set. But that's exactly. Whoa! Surge foil of one of the commander cards. I'm pretty sure this is a really nice hit. Surge foil commander. This is very cool. Like, this is super exciting to see. We'll definitely take a surge foil character card for our next hit, rolling up close to it. Okay, got Yuffie, Final Fantasy VII, again, Through the Ages. This is like the sketch artwork of what she originally looked like. I don't know, are we feeling good about this hit? Whoa, another surge foil. Again, I love these surge foil character cards. Obviously, everyone else does too, based off of what the secondary market's saying about them. But this is awesome to see. And for our token, there we go. But maybe you're thinking, you know, I do love Final Fantasy, but paying that much for a booster pack or collector pack, like, I feel like that's wrong. That's okay too. Choose to engage with products how you feel represents for you, and maybe we're all crazy and these prices crash at some point or do something weird. I think what a lot of people are doing right now is that they are pricing in what happened with some of the other universes beyond sets like Doctor Who recently, but the big one being Fallout was the one that most people would point to. Got a flip card. This guy has been, I've really liked playing like the Genova self-mill deck, that guy being one of like the enablers or part of that deck. I've played the Genova deck a couple times, or I shouldn't say Genova. It's like the Sephiroth's Revelation deck. You play this card in it too if you're like in a draft environment. I've really liked that strategy. The limited environment's been really cool with it. Okay, is that the one I'm looking for? No. So this is still the dominant. Yeah, we got the dominant again. Okay, getting faked out. I want that mythic. Bahamut being one of the ones that you see in most Final Fantasy games. This is a cryptic. Oh wait, I've got boomer brain. Cryptic Command used to be a really valuable card. It's not that valuable anymore. But in my mind, seeing a Final Fantasy skinned Cryptic Command is a pretty sick thing. Excalibur 2, that one's cool, I guess, but that's not really what we're hunting for today, right? And for our token, we got the treasure and the hero. Because I was able to get these things at a retail price, the $40 to $50, which even still at that, you may think that is an expensive price for a pack of cardboard cards. And to most people, that would be a sane thing to say. Unfortunately, collectors and sanity and making rational good decisions, those things don't mix. They don't combine. I don't know that I've ever known someone who's had a healthy addiction to collectibles, but maybe there's some people out there who have been able to open a pack of cards and it not become an issue. So for me, this one's definitely an issue. Hey, we've got another character card. This one in the regular holo. So something important to pay attention to, if you're like really trying to collect this set, the foil numbered card versus the Surge foil cards in Universes Beyond have a different collector number. So if you're really trying to collect out the numerical set by set number, you have to collect the cards in not only foil but also Surge foil. That's a whole nother task in and of itself. But it's a fun challenge, you know, for some people anyway. With a set like this, is going to be something extremely difficult. Oh, sick. We got Squall, and then we got Vincent coming up too. Oh, love Vincent. Again, I am a Final Fantasy VII stan. I love it. Major part of my childhood. Major part of many people's childhoods. And I don't buy into the narrative that whoa, okay, we got a foil on the Through the Ages. Which card is this? Laboratory Maniac? Okay, so a little French card, a little French play card. Casual, you know, if you want to mill yourself for a hit. Oh, an Esper. Okay, so the Esper, well, one of the not Espers and never mind. Anyway, we got a Surge foil. You know what I'm talking about if you know what I'm talking about. Surge foil of another character, numeral card. Give you a second to look at that. Again, looking super cool. Really, really cool. Our bird and the hero. Wow, four packs. I mean, I just want to keep ripping into these. You know, opening these packs are like true luxury product, you know, and that's what it comes down to. Is earlier I was talking about how I tossed around the idea of like, do I just open these? Do I try and like trade and buy the singles for this? And I was just like, you know what? No, absolutely not. This is what it's about. Like, this is why they made this product, because they know how excited people are gonna connect with it and how much people want it. And yeah, is it competitive right now? It is. And could play boosters suffice and be, you know, the way that Stolen Uniform in this showcase art is really cool. Really like that art. Wow. Back on track. Play boosters, they won't do it for me though. They won't. I need the total degenerate play. I need to chase. I need the ultimate chase. The jumbo cactar. This card is pre-sailing for crazy numbers. Goes to show you, right? It's because of that the meme baked in with it. But the different art styles too, because of the different eras of Final Fantasy, makes this really cool as well. And this is a very strong card. This is a very strong card. And time will tell. Time will tell with these things. I'm burning through every Final Fantasy thing that I have right now. I do have a Black Lotus VIP Chromatic Lantern. It's a very playable card. Very playable. It's a Final Fantasy reskin. I mean, it's so cool. That's so cool. Which is, I'm hoping in Vegas I'll be able to get my hands on, not the Titan. Not Titan. Maybe it was the Primeval Titan. I know they did a Primeval Titan Through the Ages. Token. There we go. 3 packs left. We're definitely hunting for some more Surge foils. And these all coming from Omega boosters too. I mean, they're what they are. They were not Surge packs. These all came from retail location, 1 per person. So if we met at Las Vegas, I hope you're doing well. Maybe I steered you in the direction of this video that'd be coming out. There's no way that I'll have enough time to properly edit this, and I'd like to see prices shake out a little bit too. Vegas could be pretty interesting. Okay, the other side of our meld card right there. This is the uncommon side. Vegas, I don't know how much product is going to move there. And then on Arena, we've got coming up the Win a Collector booster box. Okay, another numeral character card, looking very nice for the fans of, what is it? What was this one? F15, Final Fantasy 15, I think. Yeah. So yeah, this is anyone's guess. The rules are out with Final Fantasy. Obviously, I'm biased because it's one that I'm really excited about. The Wind Crystal and foil, exciting. This is to me one of the less exciting ones, even though you gain double life. Maybe I put that in my Aloro deck. I'm not sure. I have to think about this. I haven't even considered it. I'm more concerned about just collecting my characters, which is going to be the last thing that I talk about in this video, is what this Final Fantasy. Okay, so we got an extended art Sephiroth. So that's very cool. It's not the Sephiroth I'm looking for. This is the starter deck one, but we're still aiming. We're still aiming to get it. This more than ever is going to introduce the concept of cards' values being attributed to the character more than playability, which, wow, this was a chase card in pre-release, at pre-sale. This might still be Buku bugs. I'm not sure. but I don't think this card's the real deal. This card's a joke. It's a lot of fun. It's very memey. I like the mustache. That's fun. Bird. Hero. People from the sports card world and definitely from the Pokemon world will know firsthand. Well, in sports cards, they're not playable, but in Pokemon especially, you can have an oh yeah, gotta go this way. Gotta remember the order. That in Pokemon, you can have a completely garbage card that sees 0 play, but because it's an alternate chase card, it's got value number 1. And if it's a loved character, all the rules go out. You're looking at real dollars being dropped for it. Has nothing to do with the playability. Same things happening and will happen with this. There are Tifa fans. Oh, another Surge foil character card. I can't remember the hit rate on these. I remember on the Chocobo. I remember on the Golden Chocobo. I know the Surge foil mythics in the last spot, I believe, are like 1%. We'll have those numbers on the screen here. And it's okay if we don't hit. I mean, we definitely want to hit, but this set is going to really, I think, fluster some people who want or only attribute card values based off of playability, because this set's going to really break those rules, and grading will come into play. We got, okay, so in the last pack we got Sephiroth. This one we got Cloud. That's really funny. That's weird. Again, because these came from Omega too. It's not like it came from one sealed box. And there's our Laboratory Maniac and foil. Okay, and for our hit, come on. Triple Triad again. One last Final Fantasy collector booster. This will not be the last one that we ever do. I have to be mindful though on how crazy I go on these. Definitely everyone else is chasing the same thing, and I just have to accept that reality. But I was fortunate, and I feel grateful that I was able to find some at retail, which is cool. You know, I'm really having a lot of fun with this, and I hope that you, if you're feeling the FOMO, you're like, I did not get my hands on any Final Fantasy collector, or haven't gotten any Final Fantasy product period yet. I hope that this helps quell some FOMO. You know, I'll put up the accurate prices at the time of edit, not at the time of opening, obviously. But at the time of opening these, we're looking at, we got Barrett again for this one. We're looking at, you know, close to $80 a single collector booster. So this is not for the faint of heart. I mean, every one of these you're easily looking at taking a loss on, and that's something you have to consider when it comes to the fun cost. But that's, you know, it's just what happens. But that's part of the fun of the chase. And for some, you know, it's too much, and that's okay. All right, we'll take that. That makes up that makes up for the sealed value of this pack. Got the Vivi, possibly the most controversial card to come out of this set. We're looking at competitive commander level playability on that. For our second to last hit, we got the Lucas Stadium Final Fantasy 10. Oh man. All right, if you haven't subscribed, please, I would appreciate it if you do. I hope that you enjoyed getting to check out these cards together. My name's Chris. If we saw each other at MagicCon and that's how you're here, I appreciate you checking out the video. I'll be at MagicCon Atlanta as well for our last hit of the video. Oh, no way. I will so take that. That's awesome. We got Aerith in the Surge foil. Super playable card. I mean, this is a card I want for my Aloro deck, but obviously for the full collection. This is an awesome last card to hit. Super cool. Super cool. We gotta talk about the token though. We got the token there, right? So, all right, let's do the recap. Final Fantasy and Magic. What would you do in my position? Is this set actually justified in its hype? Is the power level as high as people are claiming? Is it as exciting is for you as it is for me? And what would you have done in my position? I'm really happy with some of my pulls. I think how we pulled is fair, especially pulling it at retail. Yes, the sealed value is higher, and that's really how we should value it, and that's what I reflected in the recording. At the same time, I do think it's really important to keep into perspective what a collectible is and how it is relevant in the term of collectible to you. And for me, this is, if I never opened a Final Fantasy collector pack, it just would be almost absurd to me that I love Magic and I love Final Fantasy, but because I'm so concerned about the price of it sealed, I don't open it? I don't know. Maybe that's the wrong answer, and maybe that's a privileged answer, a luxury answer I get to have. And you know, it probably is, but I digress. Whatever the case is, I'm I'm leaving it up to you. I'm leaving it up to you. You let me know if you want to see more Final Fantasy, you want to see more Collector. Please do drop a follow. In the meantime, check out one of these videos up here. My name's Chris. Thank you so much for being here. Much love. I'll catch you in the next one.